So basically, in a nutshell, today I wanted to talk a little bit about the Truman Show. It's a really funny scene. He was driving a Ford Taurus. I don't think he was driving a SHO. It was probably like a family-based model. I think it was like a 1998. And in the Truman Show, at this scene that I should have on the screen, it's one of my favorite parts. So he's riding in the car with his wife. He starts figuring out that life is not what it seems to be. That people are just circling around the block. They go around, they go around, they go around and around and around. And so Truman, he starts to figure out, okay, let's just go on a trip. And she's like, where? And he's like, oh, anywhere. And then he's like driving all around. And finally, he starts going in, like trying to get away from the traffic. He's finding out all of this traffic is keeping him from going where he needs to go. And then there's a moment where he's like just circling around, circling around, circling around. And then he tricks the traffic because, obviously everyone is in on the fact that he's on a giant TV show. And so he tricks the traffic, drives down the road, freaking flying down the road, and he's talking to his wife. His wife is all concerned and worried, but she's like, okay. So he gets to this end of this road, and here's this another challenge, and it's like a nuclear power plant or something is about to blow up, something like that. And the park ranger or officer goes up to Truman and says, hey man, you got to turn around because this place is about to blow. Wherever you're trying to do, it's not good. It's not going to work. Just turn around. And so he said, okay, sure thing, no problem. And then the officer he said, have a nice day, Mr. Truman. And Jim Carrey, who was playing Mr. Truman, knew that he didn't know this guy from a can of paint. So at that point, he knew something was up. He got out the car. First, he's like, Mr. Truman, And he gets out the car and he's freaking running, trying to get through these people that are putting up barricades. And I guess they knocked him silly and he ended up in a hospital. Or he ended up at a house or something perfectly fine. But I just wanted to put this in there. This is a new part that I wanted to talk about on my YouTube. Is some of my favorite car scenes. This is not like a horsepower moment, but it is a moment of clarity. We use our cars to get away. They're escape machines. They are, means of transportation. Some of us use it just to meditate as we're driving. And I just thought this one was perfect because he was actually using it for means of getting away, period, getting out of the norm. One thing I wanted to say, is kind of funny because here he is trying to, get away from the traffic because they were trying to block him from going somewhere. And I find reality is becoming the same way. Right now, there's a girl on the funny side of TikTok. These are for people that are awake and aware and kind of like in tune to different vibrations and frequencies and stuff. So this one girl, she said, well, if you play the Prince song Purple Rain, she said it'll clear up all traffic. It'll clear up, lines if you're waiting, all kind of stuff. And I played it once and it did feel like that. It was something really cool. I was like next to line in no time. But I think you have to play it like from the beginning. Anyway, I just figured I'd throw that little Easter egg in there. There's so many different ways and so many different ways people look at life, but have a nice day, Mr. Truman.